So I would insist that he look into different things. He said he wasn't getting funding for this. I would insist that he was looking for things. If you can't look into them, listen here, we got some people that we'll contact them that can help you. At the time that we was locked up, a group was formed to help us because they knew that it was a bigger picture behind why that we was locked up. So a group was formed called the Ledbetter Height Multi-Purpose Social Club. It was a bunch of our family, friends, and people from the, and they was meeting at certain different events. And when they was meeting and they were discussing our case, and they was trying to see where they could find things to disprove some of the stuff they had against us because they know it wasn't true. And going on. So when that went on, and they was a great help. It was a great help in dealing with our defense. But me and my lawyer, we had a couple of words about that. And like I say again, every time I go down there, I stayed sober, and I went down there and we looked at the stuff, and then he would try to tell me this and he tried to tell me that, and then I would show him, okay, this, I would show him where it didn't make any sense, that I need him to look into it because you're showing me A and you showing me C. Whatever it is in B that they are not showing you is going to be the thing that's exonerate us. So we need to go find the rest of that tape, or we need to find B. I'm telling you it's a B there. You can't tell me it's a B there because it wasn't your life. You didn't live it. I know when something went from one thing to the other, and I can see what's missing. I can't remember what it was happened there, but whatever it is that they deliberately took it out, I knew it had to be to our benefit. And so I had him searching down stuff like that, and we went to and fro. And finally, I had a situation where I come out my cell, and they take me down there, and I go, they said, my lawyer want to see me. Unexpected, he didn't tell me nothing. So I go down there. When I go down to the room, they put me in there, and they take the cuffs off me. But this time, my lawyer is sitting on this side of the table along with the prosecutor. So when they come in there and they sit me down, and they tell me like, Bamm, we got a deal for you. I said, okay, what kind of deal? Would you gonna let me get 15 years and get on out y'all way? They said, no, you probably get 5. I said, I can probably get 5. All right, what's up with that? I'm listening. They said, what we gonna need you to do? They had a book on the table. The prosecutor had a book on the table. He said, what I'm gonna need you to do is get up there and attribute certain things to Dunn and Goat. I said, what you mean attribute certain things? I said, man, I don't know nothing about what them people do. I said, I don't deal with those people like that. Everything I did, y'all got me for whatever, I did on my own accord. I didn't do this under nobody's supervision. Nobody supervised me, and I don't supervise nobody. I said, so whatever y'all can give me for what I did, I'll take that and get on. But I don't know nothing about them man business. They said, oh yeah, we pretty sure you know. We pretty sure they can't do nothing without your consent. I said, no, man, you got me messed up. So he said, well, this is the thing. Okay, how about you take this book and you contribute the things that we already know in this book against Goat and Dunn on the stand, and you can get that 5 years. I said, you telling me that you want me to get up here and say what y'all saying in the book? What is the person who said this? Why can't they say it? They said, well, we want you to say it. Is we gonna have it? I said, listen, man. I said, I'm not trying to get nobody no time that I don't want. Why would I do that? He said, you would do that because you get 5 years and you get to go back out there with your family. So I started standing up and leaning over the table and trying to say, hey, okay, so you telling me I'll be getting 5 years, but the whole time I had already made it in my intent that I was finna slap the prosecutor. Unfortunately, he read my face, and my lawyer read my face also, and I swung at him to slap him, but I actually didn't hit neither one of them, but they both fell down like I had hit both of them. So the police on the outside walking back and forth, maintaining security on the room, he maintained the security by keeping his eye on us, but he was not allowed to come in there because it's confidentiality between client and lawyer. But he's walking, so he see what's going on. So he opened the door and run in there and grab me and get to wrestle me, and he wrestled me down. They put two of them running there, they put the handcuffs on me. So they get the handcuffs on me and they escort me back to the cell. Now, after that point, I had to be in restraints each time I went seeing my lawyer. After that time, I had to be in restraint. They would bring me down there, instead of opening the door and letting me out the handcuffs like they used to do. They would leave the chain on my waist, and I would have the chain on my waist, and I had to go in there and review the books and do everything while I was in restraints. So a guy next door was very good with his legal work. Matter of fact, he had a life sentence, and he got himself back in court and got himself down to 30 years, and he was back with those 30 years trying to get him knocked down to 20 years. And he the one wrote that book that I'm gonna tell y'all about when y'all ready for it. But anyway, so he told me, he said, man, listen, that's a conflict of interest. And he said, man, you're gonna have to get that lawyer recused. If he got you coming down like that, then he's scared of you. I mean, and the fact that you done tried to hit him and going on like that. And I said, well, they ain't made no documentation of it. He said, no, they ain't made no documentation of it because they want him to keep you on at the law. They was already complaining about it was costing too much, for our trial just starting up, and it hadn't even started. So he told me, write a letter to the judge. He told me everything to say. I wrote a letter to the judge, and I petitioned the judge for a hearing on recusing my lawyer. So the judge actually gave us a hearing on it. So when we go to the hearing, the judge said he listened to me. He listened to my petition and everything. He read it out, then he hear me. And I basically tell him that, I tell him about the situation where I tried to slap him and everything. And he said, well, there's no documentation of it, everything. And my lawyer basically told the judge, said, Your Honor, I'm not the reason that Mr. Richardson is in shackles. It's the people at the city jail, the officers put him in there because of the action in which they seen Mr. Richardson do. But I'm not afraid of Mr. Richardson. I'm here to help Mr. Richardson going on. And then he said, and as far as Mr. Richardson seen, was a little upset about the fact that I brought the prosecutor to him. It's my job that I represent him, that if they offer him some kind of plea agreement, it's my job to make him aware of it, and to make him aware of it and give him a chance to turn it down himself. I knew Mr. Richardson going to turn it down, but I still, to do my job as a lawyer, I had to bring it to him. I did not have the right to make that call for him. He said, and as I told you before when this trial started, I knew those guys, I knew that area, those guys, some very loyal guys, and we wasn't gonna fold and have a quick trial. And the judge said, yeah, I remember we having words about that. He said, yeah, Your Honor, you threatened to put me in the basement for contempt when I was arguing so fervently that we need to get some money up front because this is going to be a long trial. And they both agreed. And so the judge said, based on the fact that the statement from the lawyer and the fact that I did not show anything to show what it was a conflict of interest, I had not actually put my hands on him, and it wasn't a problem. So therefore, he kept me. I said, well, then, Your Honor, if I'm going to be kept, if I have to keep this same lawyer, I said, then I ask that you ask him to take these handcuffs off me when I come down there so that I can look through the paperwork and touch the different things, because right now trying to turn the pages, do the paperwork hurts my hand. And the judge said, well, I agreed to it. He said, is it all right with your lawyer? I said, Your Honor, if it's not all right with my lawyer, then that means that it's a conflict of interest. And then my lawyer said, no, it's no problem. You come down there because we got a lot of work to do on the case. So at this time, we resolved that. I went down there a few times, and I continued to go down there, and I never had any problem from that because I was focused on my case and trying not to let my anger cause me to lose out again. And a couple of other situations I had basically was the fact that I would leave, when I would leave to go on transit. I had 3 different incidents of those putting individuals in the cell while I was gone. And they would put a guy in the cell while I was gone. And when I come back, the guy would be in there and he'd be trying to talk to me. And unfortunately, I had to be antisocial because I didn't know what he was back there to try to get information from me or nothing. So one guy, I think he was a mental patient, he choked himself with the phone. I had to beat on the door to get him. Another guy had to beat on the door to actually get the police to come back here and save this guy because he was unconscious. He had took the phone and wrapped it around the cord and wrapped it around his neck, and he was hanging down. And so I beat on the door and got the police back there, and they came, got him, and they accused me of doing that to him. Another guy, when I went to court, he came and just started beating on the door, and told the police to get him out of there. I'm basically, again, because I wasn't trying to be mean or antisocial, but my thing was too much at stake. And I know informants will get in there and ask you what kind of car you drive and what's the name of your children. And if you share that little bit of information, they'll go back and they'll get on the stand, tell them what kind of car you drive, and tell them what the name of your children. Then they add a whole lot of bull crap on that you ain't even said. but it'll have validity to them because the thing that you did tell them is the truth, and they add that on. That's one of their tactics. So I wasn't divulging any information to anybody. Wasn't talking. I just gave them the rules. This is my property. There go the bathroom. There go the shower. Respect me. I'm gonna respect you. That's basically was our conversation. In the last incident I had, and that's the one was about to cause me some problem because we coming back from court, and they got a guy in there who's saying that he ain't accepting me back in. And they telling me, hold on, we're going to have to put you over here until we can try to see what we going to have to do with him. And I said, what you mean? That dude in there with all my stuff, my TV, everything. That guy's in there with my TV and stuff. And you telling me I accept these guys when you bring them back here. Now you telling me you can't get that guy there and I can't go back to my own cell with all my properties, my letters, my pictures, and everything? I said, man, y'all lost y'all rabbit ass mind. I said, listen, y'all put me in that cell with that dude. He coming out there one way or the other. They told me, no, we can't do it like, I said, listen, man, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be some trouble if I can't get in there and get my property. I said, that ain't no whole lot to it. Now, y'all go in there and drag him out. I go in there and drag him out, man. But I'm not going in there another cell for y'all, for me to be comfortable. Y'all get me comfortable in another cell, and y'all pity-pat back and forth with this guy while he got my property in there. You know what I'm saying? I said, so simple as this here. Y'all take me to the door. You tell dude, hey, look, man, I'm coming in here, man, and you sitting in there with my property. You've been holding me up for an hour out here. I'm coming in here. Now, you got two choices. I'm coming in there with you, or you can let these folk cuff you up and you can get on out the cell and get out the way and don't touch none of my property. Come on out of there. Now, they got me at the door. The dude like, all right, I cuff up. So they took him and they cuffed the guy up. And when they cuffed him up, boom, they cuffed him up and got him on out there and they put me in there. And I told him, I said, man, that's it. That's it. I gave y'all enough respect to accept these guys down here with everything that I'm dealing with. I gave y'all enough respect. I done accept 3 sellers, and it all done went bad. I said, I'm not accepting now another seller. If I got to be back here in this box all this time, I ain't got nothing coming already. I said, there'll be another seller in here, man. I said, y'all, we can do whatever y'all want to do about it. Y'all can do it any way you want to. If I come back in there, and y'all got another guy in there around my property or whatever, it's going to be a problem. I said, I got too much on my plate right now. I'm dealing with too much to have to come here and be stuck out. I come back from a hard day standing up at the court all day waiting for them to make some decisions. And then I got to come back and sit out here for an hour with handcuffs on me while y'all go back and forth with this guy, whether he a mental patient or whatever. Y'all, I got too much on my plate. And they all agreed. They like, listen, Rich, I said, man, I ain't gave y'all no trouble. I said, I'm asking y'all this, man, because I'm going to stand on what I say. And they agreed and they noted it. I think sometime when some of those particular people wasn't on, people would come back there and they, Richard, you taking the seller? No, sir, I'm not. They said, oh, why not? I said, you need to go talk to the people up top and understand that. But I'm telling you, I'm not taking them. So I'm not cuffing up for now, I'm not taking them. And so as we remember, the day we had 6 months back there before trial. And it's a lot of other things. I want to get the visual stuff. I want to get together. But those are just a few of the things that happen at pre-trial detention. So, I mean, I thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all being here for me. You know, I'm going to get better at this here. And I'm going to be able to relay, like I said, they factional stories and going on. We're gonna tell the facts as best as I can. And we'll elaborate to make things, you know, make you be able to understand the story without going into nothing hurting or affecting anyone who has nothing to do with my story. So that's, I'm going to protect the people who has nothing to do with my story, and I'm going to give it to you as raw I can. One thing about that. Okay, I love you. Hey, go buy some of this BXBZ gear and look forward to it. We finna step this thing up and we finna get real visual. We finna have visual aids. We finna have a new place. Y'all gonna see it. Thank you for get people to subscribe. Get people to subscribe and go to it. Bamm Raw TV. It's gonna get better. Just stick in there with me, man, and you'll see the blessing. I appreciate y'all coming this far with me. Get the gear, man. Love you.